everybody. So this video is going to be something similar to the last video that I made in regards to connecting with your angels, but this one's going to be a little bit different as far as controversy, because I made a video on TikTok about this and people were saying that it wasn't possible and it's not real and you know, all these things, which is completely normal, I think, because you know, some people just don't understand or they've never experienced it. It's going to be on how to connect to speak to God, like literally talk. This isn't like praying or just talking out loud how you feel. This is literally how to talk to God. And for those wondering, yes, anybody can talk to God, okay? Like, this isn't something that is a luxury to only certain people. This goes to like literally anybody. Anyone who wants to talk to God can do it. If you want to talk to God, whoever's watching right now, you can do it. It's up to you, you feel me? The only thing that I would say that is required is an open chakra system. Obviously an open third eye, which comes with the open chakra system, and the ability to speak to spirits clairvoyantly. In this case, you can hear the spirits reply to you, you know, in your head. Not your imagination, but you literally hear them like in your head talking to you. How this works, it's nothing special. Like I said before, there's no tricks. This is just simple spirit communication. And I think the reason people were getting all hyped up over it or whatever is because people see God as somebody who's untouchable or something that cannot be reached in any aspect, right? Because he's the creator of the universe. And guys, just another side note, God equals the universe. There's different forms of the same God. Any other God that you can think of or whoever you worship that is the creator of the universe equals God. So I've noticed like on TikTok, people have been asking me, so are you Christian? Are you Catholic? Which God do you believe in? I just believe in God. Like, that's what I call him. You know, I just call him God. And what he is super kind, super caring, super forgiving, and super understanding. That's it. There's no other nicks or knacks around it. We're supposed to do this and we're supposed to do that because this said this and this said that. It's literally just God. And that's all I'm focused on building. Like, you know, I don't have religion. I do believe that the golden rule though, like for all aspects of God and things like that, like the biggest golden rule is to treat others the way you want to be treated. Do not do things to others that you wouldn't want done to yourself, because this is literally karma. This is just telling you, okay, be a good person and good will come back to you. If you're treating somebody badly, you're gonna have to expect for somebody to treat you badly in return, or something to happen to you in return, because you're doing something that you didn't want done to yourself. You know, so I think that this applies to everything. Something that you do that's evil, something that you do that's really good, like it's everything. So for me, this is like the most important rule. If you apply this rule to every aspect of your life, you will have a good life. Like, I promise you, your karma will be amazing. You will have amazing soul development. You are going to be totally fine in life. But of course, if you don't listen to the rule and you do to others what you don't want done to yourself, like, you're gonna have to deal with some karma, whether it be in this life or the next. Of course, everyone's entitled to their own beliefs. If they believe this, like, that's cool. It does not matter. But of course, for me, like, that's just what I believe in. That's what I'll continue believing because it served me right. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Being able to talk to God is not something that nobody can do. Everybody can do this. A child can do this, an old person can do this, a person like you, a person like me, it does not matter. The key here is to be able to understand a connection with spirit is something to be valued. When you communicate with spirit, you're supposed to acknowledge that you're communicating with a spirit that wants to talk to you, that wants to care for you, and you're supposed to appreciate that. Because of course, just like your angels, your spirit guides, God wants you to know that he cares, and he wants to know that you care too. Of course, we all do care deep down inside. We all do. Our soul cares. Like, our ego may not, but our soul always cares. The first time personally that I began literally speaking to God was after like this really bad experience that I had. And I remember I literally lit a candle and I started talking to God. Like, I was praying for 3 hours straight. I have never prayed so hard in my life. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know what was happening, like how things were gonna turn out. So I just prayed for 3 hours straight. Keep in mind though, I was already clairvoyant at this time. Like, I had already spoken to spirits and I knew like my channel was open. So I was just talking, and then out of nowhere, like, I heard a response. Like, literally I heard God answer me, like in a deep voice, not scary, but like a gracious, deep voice. And I was like, yo, what in the world? I remember I was kind of like, this is getting trippy. But of course, like, I was so happy at the same time because I felt like the warmth of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So I just like kind of started talking. We were talking for like an hour or 2 hours. And I was like crying the whole time because I just couldn't believe it, and I felt the energy so strongly. There was like an orb next to the candle. I'm gonna put a picture here. It was like purple, pink. It was so beautiful. And although I know that God's aura is probably most likely definitely white, I like to say that it was like God's energy or something like that, because it was just the most beautiful color I've ever seen in my life. Like, I still remember that moment to this day. It's unbelievable. That's basically how it started, and since that day it never went away. Like, I just kept continuing on and on. Of course, there were times that I didn't really talk to him for like a week or 2 weeks or so, and sometimes I didn't talk to him when I was really upset. In general, like, we always talk. Like, he's my best friend, like, genuinely. Not on some corny-ish, but he's actually my best friend. That's the reason I've done so many of the things that I've done, and that's also the reason definitely why I've come this far. Like, on my Instagram, on my TikTok, like, that's all God. Like, that was 100%. That's just something that has to be valued. And you'll realize that once you talk to him, you'll want to straighten your life out even more. Because I remember before that, I would do things sometimes. I'd be like, you know, it's fine if I just do this once, or, you know, whatever, just one time. After we started talking, he didn't tell me like, oh, stop doing this, stop doing that. It was literally me. I was like, should I stop doing this? And he would always just be like, you know the answer, or nothing, because he knew that I knew. God doesn't answer to like egoistic things. If he knows that you know something, or if you're desperate to know something about your future, like, he's not gonna tell you. And what I mean by this is, like, he'll literally be quiet. He'll stay quiet. He just won't answer you. I've been through many times where I've had a situation and I'd be like, okay, so what do I do? And then nothing, literally nothing. And I'd be like, I see him watching and listening, but no answer, because he knew that I had to figure it out for myself. Because of course, what if Spirit gave you the answer to everything? Then what's the point of life? You have to learn things. You have to go through things. As soon as the situation was resolved, I would be like, did you know this was gonna happen? And he'd just be like, of course. You know, I was waiting for you to figure it out. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. He was like, yeah, I was just waiting for you to figure it out. And I was like, of course, it makes sense. That's basically like my experience with that. Of course, like I said, many people probably won't believe. Honestly, like, I don't care. I just am happy to share this experience because I know that the people who know what I'm talking about are gonna get on really well. But those who don't, that's okay. I understand, like, you don't understand, you might be scared, you've never experienced it. There's nothing to be mad at. You know, I feel like people expect me to be mad at these people who are like calling me a liar and things like that. But the connection with God is real. If you can talk to Spirit, then why can't you talk to God, the one who made you? He is extremely powerful and he can do anything, like, literally, but he's a very kind being. He's not like mean tyrant telling you to do this, and no, like, please, like, literally, please. Anyway, I recommend you to be clairvoyant. If you're not clairvoyant, you can work on that for sure by doing a lot of meditations. You could start out small, right? So you can start out, okay, let me meet my spirit guide. Let me talk to my aunt who passed away. Let me talk to my guardian angel, right? So you could start out small, and then as time goes on, you start moving up a little bit. Like, my goal here is to talk to God, and that's what's gonna happen. Ask for signs first. I mean, of course, with God, you know that he's always there, but like for your angels and things like that, if that's where you want to start out, I recommend asking for signs, and then from there on out, it's going to start moving up, right? So it's going to start being from angel signs to angel dreams, and then you're going to start hearing angels in your meditations and seeing angels in your meditations, and then you can move up from there. You can start channeling spirits, but of course, like I always say, ask for protection before communicating with any spirit, even if it's God, because there are a lot of mean spirits that will pretend to be a spirit that you want to talk to, and they'll mess with you on purpose. So please just be careful about that. And the way that you ask for angelic protection is just asking God to put you in a white light, protect you in a white light, and protect the spirit that you're talking to. Put them in a white light so that when you talk to them, it's ensured that the connection has like a white cord. You understand? Like a white connection that's actually there. That's the rundown for that. Talking to God is like the best thing ever. Like, it is, it really is. At times, like I said before, I get really frustrated because I'm like, just tell me the answer, please. I'm literally desperate. But every time I would say that, I know that in my heart, this was my ego acting up major, and I need to chill out, and the answer will resolve because God is there and he's gonna help me, and that's it. Sometimes he'll send his angels to say something for him, or he'll have his angels tell you something or do something. But in general, God is literally the mastermind behind all of it. Not in an evil way, of course, in a good way, but he is the one who has everything under control. If you do genuinely believe in God, or if you do actually love God, a lot of good will come your way. I know a lot of people go through a lot of pain and they don't want to love and understand God because it's hard. Like, I understand that. Going through a lot of pain, you're like, why would this happen to me? If God is so good, why would this happen to me? Well, you have to understand that when things happen, it's because it's meant to be that way, unfortunately. Even though a lot of times we don't want to experience these things and we don't want to understand that that could be the truth, it is. I've had a lot of horrible things happen to me, but the only thing that has really occurred is trauma that I've overcome and has made me a way stronger person. So all the things that I went through, I've learned from. And it teaches me things that I will use in the future and things that I can use to teach others. There's literally so much good that can come out of a horrible situation, no matter how bad. And from these situations, you grow and prosper as people. When people tell me, oh, but when I pray, I don't hear anything. Of course, you don't hear anything right now, but you will, you know? Your question will be answered eventually, even if you don't understand it right now. If you're filled with hate and you're filled with anger, it's going to be harder to hear God. But as time goes on, you're going to be able to hear and understand God, and you're going to understand what the connection means and all the things that are actually done for you. If you do see something that was done, like a good sign, and you're like, that was God, don't be prideful and say, please, that was a coincidence. You knowing that that was literally something spiritual. It's okay. I understand people can be very prideful, which like I said before, it's completely normal. People have to learn and grow, but you know, try to acknowledge it because it's there for a reason. You want good things to happen to you. Even if your ego is scared of good things, your soul does want good things. So please cherish that, okay? That's basically it for this video. I had a lot of fun because I love talking about God. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that this helped you in some way. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or DM me on Instagram, because on Instagram, I'm a lot faster at replying. Thank you guys so much again. Check out my spiritual store, electrasoul.co. Check out my Instagram, electrasoul444, and then my TikTok is electranavy. I'm gonna put all the links in the bio so that y'all can check it out if you want. Please subscribe, please like if you like the video, please share it if it resonated with you, or if you feel like it will resonate with somebody else. Alright, thank you guys so much. I'll be back next week with another video. God bless y'all. Love you. Bye.